Ever since it became a free royal town in 1779, Subotica has always been a city open to welcome businessmen coming from all parts of Europe. Hence, Hungarian, Serbian, Croat, German and other languages are spoken in the city. The city's respect for trades and crafts is also reflected on the splendid facade of the city hall, built in Hungarian Art Nouveau style from 1908 through 1910. Some crafts were well developed already 100 years ago, and their symbols lavishly decorate the walls of the city hall. Enterprising spirit, as long as 250 years, is still very strong in the city. There are more than 2,800 active companies and over 5,000 small businesses in the Subotica region. In the overall economic structure of the municipality, private owners have a share of 99%, leaving the rest to state companies. Foreign direct investments were made in 267 companies, whereof 91 companies are in 100% foreign ownership, while in 176 companies the ownership is mixed. Subotica is situated in the Vojvodina autonomous province on the border with the European Union in the propinquity of the border between Hungary and Serbia. There are two border crosses near to the city, Horgoš and Kelebija. The city lies in the proximity of the international highway Corridor 10 from Budapest to Athens and further. It is close to the international Danube Corridor 7 and is in between the rivers Danube and Tisa. Subotica is a strong international railway junction on the main directions from Budapest towards Novi Sad and Belgrade, Sofia, Athens, Thessaloniki and Istanbul. The city's exceptionally favorable location enables a well-paced development of all types of foreign investments. Over the last 2 or 3 years, foreign investments, including foreign capital invested in Subotica, reached an amount of over 160 million euros. This amount does not include donations totaling to about 11 million euros, which were granted by various funds, mostly by the European Agency for Reconstruction. Those interested in investments find valuable support in the local Economic Development Office, located in the basement of the town hall, employing experts who can arrange meetings for the potential investors with various institutions in the city and provide assistance and information. It takes only a click with your mouse to find all potential locations and data about the owners, infrastructure and other details. There are some projects, such as the KTC Shopping Center, which was built within 6 months from finding a location. I think it was also the case with the large-scale projects. First and foremost, investors may count on special discounts in case of one-off payments and in the case of large-scale investments, and depending on the number of new employments, these discounts relating to the building land development fees may amount to as much as 35% from the calculated price. Let's name some of the foreign companies who have invested in Subotica. This is the Galleria Hotel, Business and Congress Center, built by the German company Five. It is a greenfield investment. A land was bought by this company in the center of the city, whereon domestic constructors built the hotel complex. Rudolf Walter, Five director, reflects on the local labor force. I have already told that people in Serbia are very good labor force. What they need is good management and the model. Five company has made significant investments in building the logistics center on a land purchased by the company alongside the international road Subotica-Sombor. The space of the logistics center is used by the Subotica Free Zone, one of the 3 free zones in Serbia. Subotica Free Zone occupies an area of 11.5 hectares and has 27,000 square meters of available space for production and warehousing. At present, there are around 50 customers in the Subotica Free Zone. Most of them are foreign companies, more precisely 38 of them are from different countries of the world. A huge production hall in the Free Zone is used by the largest wind generator manufacturer, Loher Elektro Subotica, working with the Siemens system. The production has started 5 years ago with 100% foreign capital investment. The number of new employees and produced windmill generators is doubling year by year. Wolfgang Kurmis, Lohe Company Finance Manager.
Lohe, the parent company, is number one in the world for these products. And for number one, we need also number one experienced people. And with this growth, our management here established a team of very, very good people, and we make every step of our growth in Germany with Subotica people.
In answering the question, why would he recommend potential investors to invest their capitals in Subotica, Wolfgang Kurmis says.
One point is the local cost situation for labor. That's one important point, but for us was also very important the culture of the people here. And it's not only a cost relation thing, it's a combination of costs, it's a combination of quality, culture, and so on. So I would say it's a good region here in the Vojvodina region that makes decision easier to establish companies here.
While talking with Mr. Kurmis, we noticed the local bus arriving and transporting labor force ever since the Subotica Free Zone and the logistics center have been operating and hosting Lohe and other companies. Since new plants were built and opened, the local bus route has been extended. On the other end of the city is a well-known factory of small and large-size electric motors, Sever, which was bought on an auction by the Austrian ATB. ATB has already invested 8 million euros in upgrading production. It will invest the same amount in modernization during the next 2-3 years.
Serbia does not impose any performance requirements as a condition for establishing, maintaining or expanding and invest. However, to attract foreign direct investments, especially investors, including cash grants to investments resulting in significant job creation, as well as tax incentives in the form of the credits and reduced corporate tax rates. I would recommend that potential foreign investors come and invest here because the opportunities are great and the results promising.
Electroremont, the company for electric motor maintenance, was acquired within an auction procedure by an Italian company, Applicazione Elettriche Generali. Carmine Tarallo, the General Executive Manager, is showing us the location where the new plant will be built. The Italians will invest about 3 million euros. Company ownership is 100% Italian.
I can say that I had a good relation and good helping from municipality. The mayor, especially the assistant of the mayor, Mr. Guzlov, also give a lot of helping to us. Every time when we have problem, it's enough that we call them and they give all kinds of support.
One of the advantages in Subotica is that once problems emerged, there are preconditions to their successful solution. Bohumil Apatil, a Czech, is the owner of the Tool Works Sever, a tool manufacturing plant.
I would say the workers here are experienced, with good skills, but what is missing here is the knowledge of newest technological possibilities. It's CAD, it's CNC machines, and so on. And this qualification is missing here. We have a problem to find qualified people working with CAD and CNC machines.
Thanks to the technical high school, pre-qualifications and supplementary qualification courses have been accomplished by some 20 craftsmen for the work on CNC numeric machines in 2007. These shoots were taken during the practical training in the technical high school in Subotica. Students are trained for traditional manufacture, but also for the work on new numerical machines. Upon their graduation, these young people will be employed in one of the Subotica-based companies. There are many other vocational-specific high schools in Subotica which follow up the needs of the industry. Polytechnical or chemical high school, for example. But there is also a technical college, an agricultural college, faculty of economics and faculty of building and construction. Masterplast, a Hungarian company for the production of insulating materials for the construction industry, has its affiliate companies in 16 countries. It has been decided recently that in Subotica, which is a regional center for the Balkan, the largest investment in the history of the company will be implemented. On our board meeting, it has been decided to accomplish the largest investment in the history of the company already here in Subotica in Masterplast U, amounting to some 4.5 million euros. In only 5 years, the turnover in the Subotica-based company from the initial €500,000 had grown to 12 million euros annually. The exceptional potential of the region is the 170,000 hectares of agricultural farmland. For more than 100 years, this area has been the stronghold for developed processing and food industry in which foreign investors had invested very much. For example, the Subotica dairy, which has always been famous for the quality of its products. 5 years ago, it has been acquired by the London-based Salford Investment Fund. Salford has accomplished what had been planned for the last 5 years. In other words, Mlekara has invested approximately 25 million euros over the last 4 years. All production lines, from the farms to product transport, have been upgraded. The products of the Subotica dairy are granted international quality standards, ISO, HACCP and BRC required for EU exports. The Subotica-based company CNC had bought in 1997 the license for the production of beverages made by the well-known German company Sinalco. The production had been growing and developing, so very soon it has grown into a joint venture. In 2005, it had been decided on the level of the CNC Group and Sinalco International to enter a joint greenfield investment and to build a new plant. The value of the greenfield investment was 9 million euros at that time, while the production capacity was 20 million liters a month. A specific form of investments are various donations by European funds and other international institutions. Owing to the joint investments of the municipality and the province, as well as the US Foundation USAID, a business incubator has been established where, under favorable conditions, entrepreneurs and startup companies can develop their enterprises for 3 years. We are backed up by a US project called Municipal Economic Growth Activity, plus the support given by the municipality. We were granted an amount of 80,000 euros for equipping the incubator residents. Tourism is a huge potential for this region, with a number of lakes, thermal and mineral springs. More than 140 years ago, Police was considered the St. Moritz of Central Europe. It was well known as a health spa, but also as a high-profile holiday resort. The long-term master plan of Police has already been accomplished, and it defines the area intended for potential investors. It is an area of about 360 hectares comprising 7 zones foreseen for investments. When we add up it all, the final figure is about 120 million euros. Besides developing the spa center, the master plan forecasts the building of golf courses, sport complexes, hotels and other contents alongside the lake. Potential investors may obtain information also from the Regional Chamber of Commerce, having a 150-year-long tradition. These images were taken during the visit of the Rhine-Pfalz regional delegation from Germany and their meeting with the local entrepreneurs. The Subotica Regional Chamber of Commerce has signed bilateral agreements with about 30 chambers of commerce in Europe and the world. Potential investors may count with some other comparative advantages if they invest in Subotica, Vojvodina and Serbia. This is a market of 210 million consumers. There is the CEFTA agreement for former Yugoslav republics plus Romania and Moldavia. Beyond that, there is the special agreement between Serbia and the Russian Federation on customs-free export and import between the two countries, which means an additional 60 million consumers. That's how we get the final figure of 210 million consumers. There are foreign investments in Subotica in chemical, textile, leather industry, wood processing and footwear industry. Subotica is finalizing the project of a location on the former military barrack area and a project on the plot on the opposite side of the international E75 highway. We provided a building land area between Subotica and Palić of 37 hectares and the plan for detailed development in being prepared for it, and I hope that as early as May we will be able to offer to investors an infrastructurally partially developed area. The second military barrack area comprises two parts. The first is of 21 hectares with buildings, and the other one is 124 hectares of polygon with a sandy terrain. Both locations are between Subotica and Palić in the near to Corridor 10. We are expecting investors. Come to Subotica. Subotica is waiting for you. We are here. I firmly believe that our cooperation will be mutually beneficial. And as Mr. Wolfgang Kurmis, the manager of the Lore company, said, the combination of low costs, high life and working culture, and the vicinity of the EU are perfect combination for each potential foreign investor coming to Subotica.